Hello and good morning, everyone. It is September 20th, 2023. We are in the last 2 weeks of September. We are at Hump Day, and it's time to bring up the energy. It's time to get full of passion, to explore exciting new avenues, to be everything that you can be, and I want to enable that for you. My name is Joe Justice. I am the Home Gym Hustle Hero. If you've got any questions, if you need any help with information, inspiration, or motivation, be sure to drop me a line, drop me a comment, drop me a message, and I will help you out with those areas and help you achieve your health and fitness goals, because that's what I'm here to do. Today, I want to talk to you about non-negotiables. Do you know what a non-negotiable is? Do you have any non-negotiables? Let me tell you what a non-negotiable is, and let me encourage you to find non-negotiables for yourself, to put those into your lifestyle and make those a part of your everyday habits. A non-negotiable is something that you do every day, day in, day out. You do not fail. You do not waver. You will crawl on broken glass, hand over hand, to achieve this one simple goal. Let me give you an example. If your child was at risk, if your child was about ready to get eaten by a lion, would you stand and would you watch, or would you go and fight? That is a non-negotiable. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do that you will not say, I'll wait till tomorrow, I'll sit back and I will wait and see what happens. I will, I'll figure it out, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, but I'll get around to it. That isn't a non-negotiable. There are, in everybody's lives, there are things that you absolutely will do. And most of us, the vast majority of us, have jobs. And so part of that is you have non-negotiable things you have to do for work. If you want to get your paycheck, you've got non-negotiables. You have to show up to work on time. Maybe you might not have to show up on work on time. Maybe you might have some kind of a flexible schedule situation, which is great. So your non-negotiable might be something more along the lines of, you have to hit certain metrics, certain keys. You have to perform at certain levels. You have to do things like that. So you absolutely do have non-negotiables. What you need to do is harness the power of those non-negotiables so that you can achieve your health and fitness goals. You need to get those non-negotiables working for you, because we all have the ability to follow through. It's one of those funny things. If I were to tell you, if you wake up, let's say you have a really hard time waking up in the morning. So that's your biggest challenge to achieving your health and fitness goals, doing your exercise, doing your workout, is you end up sleeping in too late, and then you got to get into a big rush and go to work. Now, if I offered you, hey, I will pay you $10,000 for every day that you wake up on time, I bet you'd wake up on time every single day, wouldn't you? Until you got so rich that you didn't want to do it anymore, which kind of goes to my point. That's exactly what I'm talking about, funny enough. We get comfortable and we get used to things, and we don't want to do these kind of hard non-negotiables, right? We don't want to establish these kind of difficult non-negotiables. We want to keep things simple and easy, because the easy path is the path that we always like to go down. So I want to encourage you to establish for yourself some non-negotiables. I'll give you a couple ideas of what I do just to keep myself, and this goes beyond health and fitness. Well, I say that, but that's not entirely true. This is, I consider all of this part of a holistic lifestyle and being, well-rounded and taking care of everybody in my life, not just myself. But some of my non-negotiables are I wake up early in the morning. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's pretty much non-negotiable. I always wake up and I get prepared for the day. Usually do a little bit of deep breathing. I do some reading. You could call it meditation if you want to. It depends on how you look at it. But I do a little bit of just alone time that I can spend with myself. Most of it's reading and breathing and stuff like that. That gets me prepared for the day. And then I can get up the kids, fix them breakfast, and I get them prepared for the day. Those are non-negotiables. I am going to get up in the morning. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to put myself in a good mental headspace and be prepared for the day. And then I'm going to do the same thing for my kids so that they are prepared for when they go to school to be able to show up, to be smart, to be, not be sleepy, not falling asleep. I wake them up in the morning nice and gently. They have their routine where they get dressed and they brush their teeth and everything. I fix breakfast for them, put it out on the table, have something healthy for them. They're not, grabbing donuts or, non-healthy foods on the way to school or anything like that. They're staying healthy. They're staying focused. That's good for them. It's good for me. Those are complete non-negotiables. I work out for at least a half hour every morning. That's a complete non-negotiable. Now, the exception, of course, and don't start with me on this kind of stuff. Yes, if you're sick, then yeah, you're not going to be able to do these kinds of things. If you have, a meeting that comes up, something that maybe you have to drive somewhere that's going to take you 3 hours, so you have to leave early. Yes. There are exceptions when it comes to non-negotiables, okay? So don't get all, there's certain people that the first thing they want to do is find the exceptions. Oh, but what if? Oh, but what if? But what if? You know what? 99% of the time, your day's exactly the same. For most of us, maybe 90% of the time, we have a routine and we have a set schedule. We know where we need to be. We know where we need to go. We have a little bit of wiggle room, but for the most part, you know what time you have to be at work. You know how much time you have in the morning. You know what time you're going to be home. You know how much time you're going to have for lunch. You know all of these things. And yes, schedules get busy and everything, and that's part of developing these non-negotiables. Part of developing them is, like we have scouts on. Now scouts, that's a good one. That's a non-negotiable. We go to scouts. Unless, I have a business event that comes up, but then I always make sure that scouts is taken care of. So I plan in advance. But I wouldn't consider scouts a non-negotiable. Really, I do make sure that's taken care of, and it is non-negotiable for the boys because it's very good for them, very healthy, but it's not non-negotiable for me because as meetings and different things come up, there are times that I have to miss scouts. So I wouldn't consider that a non-negotiable for myself, but it is definitely for them. So, and that's good and that's healthy, and that's part of building these non-negotiable systems in place is you got to fit them into your schedule. If you're going to say, I'm going to have a non-negotiable of working 2 hours in the gym every day, well, that's not going to last too long because, you're going to really run out of time pretty quickly and you're going to have a really, really difficult time keeping up with something like that. So plan in advance. Plan to have these kinds of things. What are your performance indicators? What do you know? You can't always control what you're going to achieve, but you can control your behavior. You can control what you're going to do. You can control what you're going to make happen. So figure out what these non-negotiables are. I'll tell you a really good non-negotiable for weight loss. If you're looking to lose weight really quickly, and I know people that do this, is you completely eliminate sugar and grain. So that's a non-negotiable. I know people that if they're cutting weight or something like that, it becomes a non-negotiable. If somebody has a birthday party at work, then they're not going to have the cake. It's non-negotiable. Does it have processed sugar? Does it have processed grains? Then I'm not going to eat it. That becomes a non-negotiable. If you incorporate something like that into your daily routine, even if you did it temporarily, you would lose weight incredibly quickly. So by developing these kind of non-negotiable attitudes and these non-negotiable ideas, and they don't have to be permanent, what you need to do is understand how they work for you and understand the results that you'll get out of them, and then you'll learn by doing. So I want to encourage you today to figure out some of these non-negotiables for yourself, to turn them into daily habits and to make it a part of your daily system to hit these non-negotiables. Don't do 10 or 15. Do 2 or 3. 2 or 3 non-negotiables. That could be waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is, if you want to, I guess 9, you'd be going to work at 9. But so if it's getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, make that one of your non-negotiables. If it's eating breakfast every morning, make that a non-negotiable. If it's no sugar and no grains, make that a non-negotiable. And then don't vary from it. See what happens. See how it affects your body and make it a positive, and see if it becomes a positive change, because I think that it will. I know that it will. I know that you can achieve it, and I think that you're going to have a wonderful week. Happy Hump Day. I will see you later this week. See you on Friday. Until then, have a wonderful week, and bye-bye for now.